One fine day as I was walking down the street, spied a beggar man with rags upon his feet. Took a penny from my pocket, in his tin cup I did drop it, and I heard him say as I made my retreat, may the bird of paradise fly up your nose, may an elephant caress you with his toes, may your wife be flagged with runners in her hose, may the bird of paradise fly up your nose. My laundryman is really on his toes. Found $100 bill among my clothes.
Let's go fishing.
Let's go fishing.
I'm on a mission.
I'm on a mission.
It's so pretty, I'd sure hate to waste this chance. We'll find us a shady little spot, not too cool, not too high.
Took Mr. Tom out this morning crappie fishing, and he put a bunch of them in the boat. I mean, we had a pretty good mess. I mean, we many jigged and trolled, and of course, thanks to mafia twister tails and mafia spinners, they produced the big ones. I mean, we didn't have to measure any of them. I mean, it was all pretty good size, and they fought good. I mean, at cold water, they really fight good. I mean, you can always tell when you got a good one because it stays down deep. The smaller ones, they'll come up and like skate on top of the water. But yeah, he caught a mess of good ones this morning. And that trolling bite kind of slowed down, so we put some minis out and finished up catching a mess of them with the minis. But yeah, I had a pretty good load of them this morning. We fished till 11 o'clock and we had a mess. And thanks to Garrard's again, guys. Garrard's tackle and their tackle there. I mean, getting that mafia stuff, because it really puts the fish in the boat. Mr. Tom, he's a Vietnam veteran. He was a corpsman there. You know, he would run in there and patch people up during the battles. You know, he was right up there in the front lines. I think he got like 2 Purple Hearts and I don't know what all. He got a lot of medals over there, but he was in a helicopter crash and kind of busted him up a little bit and kind of put him on permanent disability. Yeah, he's a good fisherman. I mean, he knows his stuff. You can tell these guys has fished a good bit. He's got a farm in Illinois that's been in his family forever. I mean, when he got to live on the property back in the 1800s, he, like generation has been handed down. I think he's got 500 acres and 500 cattle. And he does the soybean thing and corn, but he comes down here in the wintertime and lets his son take care of it. So. You can see he's dragging them in. He's watching them poles, and he got it down to where there was just a certain depth they was at. He got it down there to where they was at, and it didn't take long to put a bunch of fish in the boat there, you know. But it was still cold. You see, we're bundled up, and we got bundled up in the snow. And that guy, bundled up because of the cold weather. But you seen that guy on the ramp lost his boat off his trailer this morning right off the bat. Ah, man, it tore up the back of his boat, tore up the motor, I think. So you don't want to really unhook it till you get it down there. Also, Indian Prairie's ramp is terrible, guys. The water's getting so low down there. It just tearing up your trailers, tearing up your hubs and wheels so you got to be really careful there, guys. I mean, it's in bad shape when you're back down in there.
I like these rods. Mafia? Yeah, shot. I like them. Light. Tom? Yeah. Well, on the other part. Keep on, keep on. Yeah, punch it. I'll take a long punch it in. Like 25. Well, that line just went straight back like that, and it just kept hitting going down instead of high. I dropped it. He said, well, I got to take a load of cows to the market today. He says, can you dress them out? I said, that's no problem. Oh. Well, that one, that big one, we got another one? Oh, you got it? The big one, the first one I got, weighed about 220 pounds. And I weighed it. And the other one weighed about 160. So that's pretty good. I've got one. I've got one mounted on my wall. I don't normally mount them. That one, well, I shouldn't say I don't normally mount them. I've got two 16s, a 14, and I got a 32 pointer. Oh, the
Cactus rack. What they call a cactus rack.
oh, soybean.
Huh?
Soybean.
Yep, soybeans and corn.
Hey, look, the meat's marble.
Fat. Oh, God, it's fat.
Meat's marble.
Just-
Yeah.
Anyway, I got them. I had them all skid out, quartered, and everything else. And my oldest son, he has done some stuff, and he comes in. He helped me finish up. I've got a butcher shop because I butcher my own cattle and stuff, and my own hogs. I raise 4 to 6 hogs a year for my own butcher. Anyway, my son come in, he said, man, he said, look like you've been busy today. I said, well, this is what I got, this is what Stacy got. And he looked at that rack on that one. He said, Dad, you gonna do anything with this? I said, no. He said,
Non-typical.
huh?
Non-typical.
Well, no, that was not my big one.
Yeah,
Non-typical. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that big one I got, that was a case of the guy that mounted it for me. He's mounted several for me. And he come over and looked at it. I called him and he told him to look at it. And he says, this is this. I've never seen one like this. I said, well, you can do it. He said, well, I can do it. He says, but I'm going to have to order a
special mount because a normal deer, a big buck, is 9.5 inches from his eye tip to his, oh, did you? Yeah. Okay. Well, that was 11.5.
Yeah, big old.
He was very non-typical.
Yeah.
And anyway, he's come up to me. He took it home, took the head home, he caved it for me and everything. I had him do it all. He caved it and everything. He took it home. He got thinking and everything and all this stuff. He called me back up. I think it's the next day. And he says, I got a deal for you. You can't refuse. I said, well, I can refuse anything. And he said, no, you can't refuse this one. He said, I'll tell you what I'll do. He said, I'll mount that for you. He says, I want to show it. He said, I'll mount it for you. And everything else, you'll let me show it for 2 years.
Did you do it?
Yep.
I think he jumped back there. Did you do it?
Yep, I sure did. Well, he left it at my house, except for the show.
Oh, he comes to it.
Yeah, he comes.
Oh,
He
wow,
only lives down the
yeah.
road from me.
Yeah.
And anyway, I've got. Oh yeah. He said. But anyway, he said, yeah, he said, I'll mount it for you. Sound like a good deal. And anyway, got it done. He showed him. Man, I tell you, he said that was the best deer he ever showed. You know.
That's people talking.
Yeah. And all, every once in a while, he still comes out the house.
Is that right?
And takes a look at that. He's took it to a couple other shows since then. And all, but he's retired now, so he's gonna do it. But anyway, no, this the one I got the other day, or back in November. My son. Oh, you want this one? That was good. I can't take it.
Well, you can see when they hit that mafia spinner and twister tail, they don't fool around. They eat it down. I mean, we didn't lose it. I mean, we only had to measure a couple too. I mean, you catch them on it, they're big fish. I mean, they're big specks. But yeah, I mean, when they hit that thing, they hit it.
They'll stay down like that.
You can see the cloud cover. We didn't have no sun at all this morning. It was all pretty cloudy, and instead of the the other day when I was down there, the fish were about 2 foot under but we had to keep the baits down almost about a foot off the bottom this morning. I mean, it was just a whole different ball game than it was the other day. The other day it was on top of the water. This morning got cold weather and cloudy, got them shoved down. So, but anyhow, Tom and I figured them out and caught some. That's all that matters. Well, we're on the other side of the full moon and on the downhill side of the moon now, And always after the full moon, about 4 or 5 days after the full moon, the fishing starts getting a little tough. And then the water lake's dropping, so that even makes it tougher. So the conditions, it peaked there the other day. I went out there and boy, we knocked them. But the conditions are going to change now, where the fishing's going to get just a little bit tough for a while. And then plus we got the cold weather on top of that. But this is January. It's the wintertime down here. It just kind of goes up and down. Yeah, but the fish are still there, but they come in and they go back out after the full moon.
What I did, you know what moe sauce, what we call it is? I soaked it in that. I got this drink.